welcome to Unscripted Gaming. My name is Stan.
And I'm Josh.
Hey, Josh.
What's up?
How's your week been?
It's been busy, but it's been good. How about you?
Busy on Twitter.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I spent most of last weekend watching EVO, and while not watching the matches on EVO, looking at Twitter. Got to say, I'm glad for all the follows that we have. We jumped an extra couple of followers. We have a small amount of followers, but I'm grateful for each and every one.
I mean, when you jump, 20, 30 followers in a span of a few weeks, and you only had like 40 to begin with, that's a high percentage. So thank you everybody who did follow us and subscribe and all that over the past few weeks.
I appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. So, want to talk about gaming news?
I mean, I guess if I have to, gun to my head, I'll do it. Let's do it.
It's been a bit of a slow week. We don't have to take too long on it. I promise. So, did you watch EVO 2015?
I didn't. I kept meaning to do it, and every time I would go to Giant Bomb, I would see up in their top, they would have streams listed, and I would go to Twitch and I'd see EVO streams. But I've been really busy the last week, so I just did not have time to sit down and actually watch any of the action.
No, that's a shame. That's all right.
I know.
Right.
I've heard really good things. Listening to said Giant Bombcast, I heard some pretty good stories about different events, some upsets that were happening at the tournament from some of the big guns and whatnot. So,
the most disappointing thing was that when Momochi was facing Gamer B really fought his way to the top, and he was hoping to be the big upset, but Momochi's controller had some malfunctioning errors. It disconnected.
I heard about that, and if you pause or anything like that, it's an automatic DQ.
It's not a DQ. It's you cost the round.
Yeah. Sorry.
And since they were on the final round of the final match of the grand finals, that technically meant he should have lost. But then it automatically paused itself again, so they determined it was a controller issue.
Did they not? I heard they also had trouble finding another fight stick in the hall, like, for a little while.
Dude, it was a tense 5 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. The whole chat was blowing up, saying, "No, not like this, not like this."
You figured a big fighting game tournament like that, they'd have that stuff on standby, but
everyone brings their own stick.
Yep.
It's so rare that someone gets a loaner while you're competing with the best in the world. Bring your own stuff. Don't bring wireless stuff, though.
Oh, God,
I highly
no.
recommend that you don't. If your wireless controller actually interferes with the connection of someone else's game, automatic DQ from the entire tournament. No matter what tournament you're in, you're DQ'd from it because you interfered with someone's match. So, yeah, do not bring a wireless controller to a legit gaming event. So, now that's out the way. There's not a whole lot to talk about for EVO. Good fights. Really good fights. Yeah. Great to watch. If you're a fighting game fan, you probably watched it. What more can we say? So, did you hear what Destiny is doing with Red Bull?
Yes.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yes, I did.
Oh. For those that don't know, for those that have played Destiny, which is missing lots of, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, yeah, content. They're going to give you more content. You just have to buy a can of Red Bull, which will contain a code to actually use to unlock more content in Destiny.
So here's my thing with that. I am not opposed to that kind of co-marketing in and of itself because, people need money and people want advertising, and that's the thing.
Yep.
The big thing about it is that Destiny has had so many problems that then to add this sort of gating to getting content is ugh. You're just like, what are you guys doing? You're Bungie. You're better than that.
Apparently not.
No, apparently they're not. I also did hear that there was a big issue with like the way the codes worked in the cans, that people had figured out how to game the system and were using codes for cans they hadn't bought, and people who were buying cans were not able to use the codes because they'd already been used.
Oh, awesome. Of course. Of fucking course.
So, you know, I don't know how big of a problem that's been in the past week or two, but I did hear that was a bit of an issue, so.
Foolishness. Why didn't they just release a complete game?
Yeah, I saw.
You know what? Never mind. You know,
I saw,
because there's a lot of people that eat that game up.
Yeah, I saw Destiny go on sale for $20, and I just like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with playing Warframe.
So it probably went on sale for $20 because there's been so much DLC and released for it that it will cost you about $60 just to be on par with everyone else that's playing the game right now. So no harm, no foul there, really.
Like I said, I'm just gonna play Warframe instead.
I haven't touched Warframe.
I like Warframe a lot. I haven't played a lot of it recently.
It's a wave fighter game, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, it's got the looty kind of moving around planets and weird kind of armor guns thing as Destiny. So it's just play that. It's better. It's more fun. I love Warframe. Space ninjas. What the fuck? What more do you want?
I don't know.
Sometimes you can like get a dog that comes around and like has a horn and fucks shit up and is a baller.
That does sound kind of badass.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. The Kubros, they're like rhino dogs. They fucking rock, man.
How's the have you monetized as a free-to-play customer?
I did, actually. That was my first.
Bum, bum, bum.
I know. I put real U.S. dollars into it. I got a, and here's how they suckered me in. Log in, you get a daily reward, as in you do with every game. And the more consecutive days in, the better you get. And one day I got a 75% off coupon for their highest currency. So I got $200 worth of currency for $50, and I was like, you know what? I've been playing this game for, at that point, about 50, 60 hours. I hadn't put any money in. I said, you know what? I can give this game $50, and I did, goddammit. Now,
well done. You monetized hard.
I did. Now, almost immediately after having monetized, the group that I played with and myself stopped playing nearly as much Warframe as we did. So,
of course, of course.
But you know what? I still felt good with it because there was a game that I'd put so much time in. I did not feel bad about spending money on it and saying, you know what? I got a lot of enjoyment out of this game, and I will probably come back to it here and there and play it.
I love hearing the people that have monetized give the reason why they monetize it. It sounds delicious to me.
Yeah, but you know, as a consumer, I had no problem with it. I could have kept going on. There was nothing that I really wanted that I needed to pay money for, and I could have kept playing that game without that premium currency. But I said, you know what? I have gotten this much enjoyment out of it. I will continue to play, and even not. I want to support you guys because I like the product you put out. And so here's some money.
Okay. I mean, perfectly fair. Perfectly fair. So let's move forward. Amazon Prime Day happened about a week ago.
Fucking garbage. Let's just have a garage sale and call it a big sale.
I was looking around for it. I was looking for some deals. I didn't find anything that titillated me, you know? Sometimes a hot deal would pop up. Let's be completely fair. But those hot deals will be snapped up. See, the way, for those of you that didn't pay attention, the way Amazon Prime Day is, not everything on Amazon was for sale. Certain items were for sale. And those certain items were only for sale until a predetermined number of people, of which you did not know what that number was, bought the item. Then it was no longer on sale. So we'll take the Kindle. The Kindle Paperwhite was on sale for 30% off for whatever came first, 6 hours or a predetermined number of people bought that Kindle Paperwhite. By the time I got to it, all gone. The sale's over. Go on and move on to the next item. Next item, barrel of lube. Do you want to buy that? Of course no one's going to fucking buy that. Someone probably did. But the point is, it went from like, here's a great item to here's a load of bullocks. Please take this bullshit out of our factory. Please. Just buy it. I think they were trying to feed off the rapid buy nature of some consumers, and the consumers that use Amazon are more savvy than that.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, absolutely.
Like the consumers that might, I can't think of a scenario this would work where it's an online store, because online consumers are typically way more savvy to know when they're getting ripped off, or because the internet's right there, they just double check like, oh, is this a good price? Let me quick do a Google search, see what that price is, hit the shopping tab, find out if you're getting screwed or if you're getting a great deal. But if you're in like, let's say if you're in like a Walmart or a Best Buy or a Target and you see something on sale, you might just snap that up, and find out later you got ripped off. But right then and there, that was an impulse buy, and that's what stores depend on.
Though even most of the time in those situations, I see something, I'm like, ooh, you know what? Let me check the Google. Let me check the Amazon real quick. And I'm like, oh, wait. I can just prime this and get it for $20 cheaper. I'm going to do that.
What was the name of that scanning app that came out that let you scan price tags and you got to see the price of whatever that item was? Like, you got to source that price across the entire internet for all stores in your area.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it, and I remember the app. I cannot think about the name for the life of me.
Right. Remember, Best Buy had like a secret policy where they banned people using that app in their store. Like, if they caught you using it, they would politely ask you to, like, leave. So, from what you just said, you would look up Google and do your due diligence. Sometimes it doesn't work. I don't think any store, like, bans it now. They're like, no, whatever, we'll just price match whatever you see online. To an extent. It has to be an online brick-and-mortar store. Most stores will do that. And I get that. That makes sense. Matching overhead for overhead.
Gotta do what you gotta do to make money sometimes.
You buy anything from Prime Day?
Nope.
Yeah, neither did I.
I didn't need 10 different fucking Swarovski crystal necklaces, and then like there was one hard drive that was on sale, and I was like, no, I'm good.
There was a 500 gig SSD on sale for $80. That's not bad.
Yeah, I thought about it, and I was like,
I mean, do I need a 500 gig SSD right now? No, but it's kind of cool. That's a good offer.
It's one of those things I'd buy and I'd hang on to by the time I actually had something that could use it, wouldn't need it.
Yeah. Okay, and that being said, let's go ahead and move on. So there's a campaign going on right now, which I just think is just adorable, because on its face it's kind of laughable. There's a campaign called female gaming characters with realistic makeovers. Have you heard of this?
I have not.
It's been going on for the past day or two. Today being July 23rd, 2015. It is where you take the design of a female character and you give her a quote-unquote real body shape of the average American woman. You know why I disagree with that pretty much on its face? Because I don't want to play a video game with average people. Sometimes I want to play hyper unrealistic or super beautiful people. And I'm okay with that. Josh, you know what I look like in real life. Am I super fit?
Stan, you're the buffest fucking monster I know. You're like, think of Gaston times 12. Yeah, I just made a Beauty and the Beast reference, y'all. Deal with it.
Oh, Gaston's one of my favorite characters. Now, let's back up a minute. I love his songs. Oh man, Gaston's a badass. Anyway, he's a little rapey, but if you can get past,
the rapey, that.
You can put that aside. You know, he's not that bad of a character.
Yeah, you're like, sometimes Disney maybe shouldn't say the things that they did back then. But, hey, anyway, moving on.
So the thing to do is to Photoshop women with realistic body images. I think that's stupid. And I'm looking at pictures of them right now. I'll just go ahead and send them to you, Josh, in case you have not seen them. And click.
Post them in our show notes as well.
Oh, I could do that. And it's like, some of these actual pictures of women that video games use are modeled after real women. So are you saying real women can't look like this? I mean, yeah, some of these characters, they just made them out and out, and I'm going to say it, made them out and out kind of dumpy. Like Lara Croft. Why did you make Lara Croft fat? Why did you... It wouldn't make sense if Lara Croft was fat. Why did you make some of these fighting game characters incredibly out of shape? That wouldn't make sense. They fight for their life in tournaments. They would be in shape. And you know what? The rest of the world is kind of laughing at us because only an American would try to think obesity is normal. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm not buff. I'm not super fit. I'm just... I would say strong. That's about it. Would you call normal, as you were? I would say Josh is definitely normal. You're the most normal motherfucker I know.
Yeah, pretty much.
But if someone is like, if it's a video game character, it's okay not to be normal. That's acceptable. It's fine. Do you think Mario is normal? Do you think like Sonic the Hedgehog is normal? And when it comes to female gaming characters, do you think like, actually, I'm kind of escaping ones that are like either extremely fat or extremely skinny. Not coming to my mind. Oh, do you think Terra from Final Fantasy VI is normal? She's just a bunch of sprites. Do you think... They have a picture of Tifa here, and what they just did to Tifa, they just made her kind of... They just gave her a bigger stomach. And I think that's a little uncalled for. She's an expert martial artist. She might be really fit. You're just going to have to deal, you know? I just don't get this.
Well, I mean, you can always also look to, like, the models of Samus and her power armor and the way, like, she's been portrayed as of late and in the past. Like, if she actually were the body type that she needed to fit her suit the way it's been designed for the past couple decades, that's not a normal person. That's not at all.
Samus would have to be svelte because the suit kind of wraps around her. But then again, the suit is also a part of her. I don't know. You know what? They keep changing how that works.
Yeah, no, I'm not here to go into that at all. But I mean,
and we're Metroid fans, and we barely know how that shit works.
Don't ask me. No, and we're not saying we're not going in to say like, oh yes, there's no sexism in the design of characters or anything like that, because we all know that's not true. But that doesn't mean that we need to go and like change characters to make them look unhealthy in another direction too. There are ways that you can make people... There's unhealthy in both directions.
Yeah. There's unhealthy skinny. There's unhealthy fat. Absolutely. You could be so small that you have almost no muscle or muscle mass or fat, and that is extremely dangerous. You run the risk of passing out. You could barely walk. You could barely function, actually, if you lose too much weight. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you can gain so much weight that, once again, you could barely walk. You could barely function. Everything in moderation, people. It's okay to have some body fat. It's okay to be a little bigger. It's okay to be... I'm not going to say it's okay to be really big. There's a certain point where, you know, diabetes becomes an issue, and so does congenital heart failure. Yes. Let's be honest. It's okay to be a little skinny. It's okay to be real thin. It's not okay to be so skinny that you have almost no fat on your body. That's extremely unhealthy, and no doctor in the world will recommend that. If you actually read the article that I'm sure that we'll link here in the show notes, the top picture they use is Bikini Girl from Grand Theft Auto 5. That one made me laugh because that's actually modeled off of a real person, the original picture. So what you did is you just said that real person that exists, that this was basically a digitized photo of, isn't real enough for you, and you just made her fatter to be quote-unquote normal. Which, by the way, that's fucked up. I know there's a thing called fat shaming. Is this fit shaming?
Everybody needs to just calm the fuck down.
Thank you. Thank you.
There are so many more important things in the world to be worrying about than that.
Yeah. Yeah. In the words of the comments sections, video games are fantasy. If you can't figure that out, you shouldn't play or concern yourself with them. There you go. Moving right along. When it comes to perfect body types, by the way, not all men have perfect body types, and many men in video games are portrayed with perfect body types. And you know what the men say? You know what we say? We don't care. We don't care. Like, when I see Kratos wearing nothing but a loincloth and sandals, and yet he's somehow defeating gods, you know what I say to myself? It's a video game. It's okay. It's fine. Superman wearing spandex, yet he's still able to survive everything. It's fine. Same for the Flash. Same for, let's say, in the Street Fighter tournament, Ryu or Ken. It's fine. It's okay, everyone. It's a video game. You can remove yourself. Cognitive dissonance is a thing that's allowed to be done in games. Anyways, moving on. Josh, have you heard of this movie called Pixels?
Are we gonna?
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep. Josh, have you seen this movie?
No, I haven't, and I don't want to, and nobody should. And if you like it, you're a terrible person.
I read an article by Business Insider calling it "This is the end of Adam Sandler's career." Can I just say that if you saw the trailer last year for Pixels and you didn't figure out that this was going to be a shit movie, like, you and I did not watch the same trailer, because every trailer I've seen made it look like this is going to be a pile of shit. And apparently it is. If Rotten Tomatoes is of any concern to you, 20%.
Ugh. God damn.
It's shaping up to be one of the worst movies of all time. Shaping up.
There's almost a part of me now, and I wouldn't pay money to do this, but there's a part of me that wants to see it, just like you're not supposed to watch a train wreck, but you just can't help it. I just want to, like, see.
Josh, you've seen Jurassic World, haven't you?
I have not.
Have you seen
I need to see that soon.
Okay, go see that instead.
Yeah.
Much better movie. Do yourself a favor, go watch that movie.
I did see recently both two movies that I will highly recommend. Saw both Minions and Inside Out. Laughed my ass
Inside
off.
Out was badass.
Laughed my ass off both movies the entire fucking time.
Minions looks like a piece of shit.
Oh, dude, Minions was fucking hilarious.
I'm sure my wife will take me to go see it because she loves both Despicable Me movies.
I
think even my wife agreed that the concept of a Minion-based movie just seems silly.
You know what? I thought so too, but the way they go about it actually works.
It sounds like
and the amount of higher-level adult jokes is just on point. And
all Despicable Me movies have really good adult-level humor.
And if you're like me and enjoy a good poking and jabbing at the British, then, buddy, do I have a movie for you. It's called Minions.
I actually don't mind the British that much.
Oh, I love the British, don't get me wrong. But I love to poke fun at them.
I mean, why?
Why not?
Is my question.
We won. Fuck them.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
If we have any British fans out there, I would just like to apologize. That was just a joke. I mean,
You ain't
no
fucking
ill will
sorry.
towards your people or your queen. God save the queen. Love you all.
Aren't you a fan of Arsenal?
I am. I'm a huge Arsenal fan.
And last I checked, they're in the Premier League, right?
And I don't know if you know this, but the Premier League happens to be in Britain.
They almost got kicked out of the Premier League.
No, not anymore. They're doing fine. Shut the fuck up. They're doing just fine.
Oh, they almost got kicked out.
They did not. There were bigger clubs that almost actually got kicked out, so I don't want to hear it.
All right. Liverpool is still in. Yeah, I say this, but I'm right there with Josh as being a fan of Arsenal soccer club. You got to be a fan of someone in the Premier League. Might as well be Arsenal. Go Gunners. There you go. There's your plug for the day. And that's about it for gaming news, unless we wanted to talk really, really briefly about Batman, or do a follow-up to Batman Arkham Knight.
Shit's still on fire! They said they're releasing an interim patch till they can release a full patch in, like, September or October, which is unfucking acceptable. Stop it. I've heard some retailers are sending physical copies of the games back because it's so bad.
Now, see, that's bullshit because the PS4 version apparently works just fine.
Yeah, but, like, fuck. If they're not going to support one version of the game, what's to make them believe that if something goes wrong... Excuse me, I'm dying over here. Something were to go wrong or the patch were to break something, that they're going to support it. You know what? If one game version of the game's broken, it shouldn't be acceptable. Send them back. Fuck those guys. Shit's on fire, yo.
So, my thoughts on WB as a publisher is that, and this is why I didn't pre-order the game, we all should have seen this coming. I mean, this is the same company that when they released a buggy, shitty port of Batman Arkham Origins for the PC, this is the same company that said, we're not going to patch it, we're not going to fix any of the game-breaking bugs, or the bugs that will corrupt your save file to where the game literally is unplayable. We're not going to fix that. No, we are going to have our dev team working to make more DLC for the game. When you have a company so forward as to show their ass and say that, why would you trust that they would put their best foot forward when they release a sequel? They don't care. So reports indicate that they knew the PC version was going to be borked for 6 months and still did nothing about it. They wanted to release it and just see if they can get away with it. And you know what? We need to go ahead and pay some respect to Steam, because Steam refunds has went ahead and made it so that we just can't get fucked over like that anymore.
Yeah, apparently Green Man Gaming has also been issuing refunds for Batman Arkham, whatever the fuck that one's called. But so I mean, a lot of different retailers are figuring it out and just saying, you know what, this is not acceptable.
Yeah. So, what happens to WB as a publisher, you know?
So one of two things is either going to happen. Either they're going to just start saying, you know what, we're not going to do ports because it's too much money. We're not going to get what we want out of it, and it's not a big enough market. Or they're going to start actually devoting the time and resources they need to so this kind of shit doesn't happen again. I think it's the former. I hope it's the latter.
Here's my thought personally on the whole what's going to happen to WB going forward. I think they've recognized as a business they need to stop shitting the bed. This was their biggest release that they've been pimping for the past 2 years. Just absolutely. And now that it's finally out and it's going to take till September or October for it to be considered a stable release, which is how many? What will that be? Like 4 months after the fact?
Yeah.
3-4 months after the fact. Everyone's going to look at you and no one trusts you ever again. No one will ever pre-order a thing you ever release.
Well, I mean, nobody should pre-order anything anyway, but that's, neither here nor there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's about it for gaming news. It was kind of a slow week.
Yep.
But that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, sometimes we're in the post E3 lull. So
I mean, there was the ScrewAttack Gaming Convention, but it's kind of meh.
Yeah.
I mean, if you saw it, you saw it. If you were there, you probably had a good time. I watched Evo the entire time. I just can't split my attention between the two. Or rather, I could, but I refuse to. But that's about it. You got anything, Josh?
No, I really think that's it.
Then let's talk real quick. We're going to spend 1 minute on just something very personal to me. I love that Donald Trump is still in the Republican primary race. It is the best, worst thing I've seen in a long, long, long time.
Yes, for those of you who may or may not know, Jon Stewart is leaving The Daily Show here sometime this year, I think in August. But
it's in August.
But recently he was thanking folks for helping him through his career, and especially as of late. And his first one was shout out to Donald Trump for giving him so much material to go out on. So,
I mean,
if that's not
everything the man says lately is gold. What was it? He wants to win the presidency while calling a large portion of the country thieves and rapists. Gold. Gold.
It just boggles my mind that somebody like that thinks that they have a legitimate shot at securing the highest office in the land. Like,
go to his Facebook. If his Facebook's any indication, he does have fans.
I mean, yeah, he does, and I've seen on my Facebook too people who are like drinking the Kool-Aid and legitimately thinking he's a candidate, but.
You have friends? You actually have friends
that think he's gonna win? Wouldn't call them friends. People I know.
Okay. I don't have a single person I personally know that honestly thinks he has a chance. Everyone I know, we're in it for the lulz. But I wouldn't doubt I had at least 1 or 2 friends that I know that actually... As a matter of fact, I could just go to his Facebook page, because people that like his page, it's obviously going to be there. I'm thinking about liking his page just to kind of mix it up. And Donald Trump, who also the second listing was Donald Duck, because of course it was.
Obviously.
None of my friends, anyone that I know, like his page. Okay, so not complete. I don't have my waters are not completely poisoned. But that stands personal political thing. I love that he's in the race, because if he actually gets the Republican primary, it'll be worse than when Sarah Palin was running for vice president. That's how bad it'll be, in Stan's opinion.
I don't think he can. I don't think he can actually get the nomination.
You don't think so?
No, I really... Because...
He's leading the points?
Even on that side, the majority of people out there are semi-rational. So, as funny as it is, I think by the time it actually comes down to it, it won't happen.
Oh, I'm hoping he gets a nomination.
I just... I hope not, because that's a sad, sad, sad state of affairs if that's actually what people do.
2.6 million Facebook likes. Can't be wrong.
God, I hope they are.
I'm about to like his page. I'm about to use Unscripted Gaming to like
Don't do it. Don't do it. But you know what people should do with the Unscripted Gaming Facebook page? Go in and like it
what
themselves.
should they do?
Visit it.
Yes. Where can they find this?
Well, if you go to facebook.com, type in the search bar for Unscripted Gaming, you'll find a lovely image, just like the one you find on our YouTube channel. You can click that page. You'll find information about us. You can like it, follow us, see what we're doing between episodes, interact with us in different ways.
If you want to see what we're doing between episodes, you need to get up on that Twitter game. You know what I'm saying? Josh, where can they find our Twitter?
Well, they can go to twitter.com and look for the user at unscript_gaming, and they can follow us there to look at our Twitter shenanigans, conversations, and interactions with random other gaming personalities and fans.
Sometimes I just go on there and shitpost. I'm not even going to bury the lead.
You know, those are your words, not mine. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's stress relieving to me, all right? Not to anyone in particular. I'm not mean. But I will get on there sometimes and just say, you know what? Fuck blank de blanked. So on and so forth.
You know, some fans of the show might have realized by now, but Stan really likes to stir the pot. Sometimes that pot's full of gold. Sometimes that pot's full of shit. But either way, Stan likes to stir it.
If you follow me on Twitter, here's the thing about our Twitter. I'm going to put this out there right now. If you follow us at Unscripted Gaming, we will give you a follow back. So if you're looking for followers, here's the easy way to get at least one. And I will follow back, say thank you, and I will take a concerted interest, not passing, but concerted interest in whatever it is you have to say. Unless you're obviously shitposting, in which case I might laugh a little and then just move on with my day.
Sounds about right.
But yes, totally follow us on Twitter. I'm loving it. Loving it. And what else should they do, Josh? Let's go ahead and chill a little more. What else should they do?
Well, if they haven't already, they may not know this, but on this very YouTube channel where they are watching and consuming our media, there is a button that says subscribe so that they can get notified every time we post a video. So they should go ahead and click that if they haven't already. If you have already clicked it, don't click it because you're good to go. So that's what they should do. They should also follow us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/MetroidMan1352 for Josh's personal, and also Twitch.tv/UnscriptedGaming or Unscripted Gamecast.
Unscripted Gamecast. There we go.
Jesus Christ, who am I? Unscripted Gamecast. That's usually where Stan will do his streaming. So if they want to watch us actually play video games live, do it there. I dare you.
All right, that's been Unscripted Gaming for the week, where we talk about whatever gaming news happens to pop into our head. My name is Stan.
I'm Josh.
And I hope you guys have yourselves a fine night.
Peace.